Yes.
Not here. Yes, no, or abstain?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, and Plovdiv?
Yes.
Yes, and Sofia University?
Yes.
Yes, and Svishlov? No. No, sorry. Yes, and UACAG?
Yes.
Yes, and UNWE?
Yes.
Yes, and you are?
Not present.
Not present. Yes, and Varna?
Of course.
Yes, no, or abstain. Okay, with 5 yeses, 0 no's, and 0 abstains, we elected another scrutinizer. Thank you very much.
Okay. Now 3. Okay. I'm almost ready.
Чакай, ще се вживи в историята. Представи си.
Джока, Жако. Има ли звук?
Високи интелигентни разговори.
So, good morning everybody from me as well. So because we had a really tough night yesterday, I wanted to do a really quick energizer. Yes, please listen to me, thank you. I wanted to do a really quick energizer so that we can shake off and start with more energy. For the people who are in the national training in Stara Zagora in December, we already did that, but I wanted to do it once more. So, we set up the multimedia, so you're gonna see what you have to do, but we're gonna do it together. So, please stand up, have some space. И виж сам как се чувства. So I have my 2 adrenaline cues today. Amazing. Represent yourselves. Okay. So this is an Italian song, and you have to do what is shown. So first we have to do it really slow, but then it becomes faster. So we have to do it 3 times totally. Watch this. Okay. So, let's start.
More
passion. Jimmy. It's not perfect. Macho. Okay, so this was the first round. Then we'll do it another time. A little bit faster.
Fate attenzione alla differenza tra camminare, nuotare e respirare 2 volte i saluti. Fatelo bene. Gioca, Joe. Dormire. Salutare. Saluto. Starnuto.
Координация.
Nuotare. Sciare. Spray. Maggio. Claxon.
Hai ritornato prossimo.
Ok. Baciare. Capelli.
Travel 20 minutes. Okay, so this was the second round, and then we do third last round. Yes, but really fast. This is gonna be like one time. Good job.
I comandi cambiano ogni 2 battute. Se riuscirete a farlo, d'ora in poi potrete giocare anche
This, I remind you, is really
e
fast.
sarete dei veri campioni di gioca, cioè dormire, salutare, autostop, star nudo, camminare, nuotare, sciare, spray, bacio, clacson, campana, ok, baciare, capelli, saluti,
Freestyle.
Superman, ciao!
Okay. Thank you so much. I hope you are more energized now. And let's start officially.
Okay, thank you, me.
Yes. One thing more. You filled out busy yesterday. You need to fill out the same for today. This is the registration. So again, remind you. You need to fill out your 3 names and then you need to sign it up. Please check if you have already done it so you don't do it twice. And this should have been done until 10, 11, 10.
So we need to sign for
11
each
minutes
day?
ago.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Because there are different people coming along.
That's all.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's start today with GA Sofia 2024 updates. I would like to ask the OC of GA Sofia to please come to the stage. You will have 10 minutes to present and 5-minute question round. Is it okay?
Okay, great.
Okay,
So
go ahead.
Updates.
Hello everyone. As you all probably have heard, we have the pleasure and the honor to host the next General Assembly in Sofia. All of you are invited. Yes, and we would like to give you a few general updates. So, for those of you who don't know, the plenary sessions will be held in the New Bulgarian University. So we have everything clear with that. And the only different part will be the opening ceremony, which will be in Sofia University on Thursday evening, which will be an official opening ceremony with guests and speeches. We have, among others, the rector of Sofia University who will speak at the opening ceremony. So we have, and we're waiting for a few confirmation, but we have quite a few important stakeholders, which I believe will bring to our visibility and the importance of the network in our country. So that's very cool. The accommodation, we have 2 hotels. The guests will be staying at Rila Hotel and Wow Studios right next to New Bulgarian University. And that's all set. And we would mostly like to talk to you about what you can do during this event, how you can be involved. And for this, I will give the word to Ivan.
So, General Assembly Sofia, or GA Sofia, basically that's like the Olympic Games coming to Sofia. Like it's such a massive event for the network. It's basically your, let's say, once in a 1 to 3 years opportunity to feel like you're part of the Olympic Games.
Once in 5.
I'm talking volunteering, meeting international guests, all the international board, audit commission, stakeholders, and also cool people from other countries. I'm talking more than 40 countries that will come here, not here, in Sofia there. So essentially, it's a great opportunity for you to feel the emotion. Again, for those that live in Sofia or be part of the ESN Sofia events, you know, one thing is for event for Erasmus students because we do it usually with a little preparation, then it turns out great. For GA Sofia, we've been preparing for like a year. So essentially, there'll be a bit more serious organization, but that means that it's also going to be even more fun. So we want you, and you and everyone to become part of the open call for GA Sofia volunteers. I'll put it again in the ESN Bulgaria WhatsApp chat, but essentially we have Thursday afternoon city tours and evening opening ceremony, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday plenaries for the whole day. I mean, for each of these days, we can decide if we want to be part for one of the days, half a day, all the days. But essentially, we need more people because coffee breaks are going to be a bit more complex to deal with because we have people to give out food, people for registrations, people for hotel check-ins, and obviously photographers, social media people, safety team. So we're going to have a party at the end, a Sunday party at Golden, which is like a special edition. We're not going to spoil too much, but an official great party in Golden as well. So there are different tasks, and I encourage you to sign up for your availability. If you can book the whole 3 days, even better. But
Yeah.
if you can book,
Even if you can come for one morning or for one afternoon, you are more than welcome.
that's it. I mean, the deadline is going to be until next Friday to apply, and then we're going to have a mandatory training, like introductory call at the end of April, and then one more just before GA. So you're going to get onboarded, trained. People from other cities like Varna, Svistov, Veliko Tarnovo, Plovdiv, they can come as well. For accommodation, honestly, it's going to be a bit more informal to help you out. So I think at the end somebody who can host you, we can see in the hotels. But honestly, more realistically, somebody who can host you from Sofia. But then again, you're more than welcome to come. Please come. It's an event for the whole network. It's not only Sofia. It's not only Sofia University. It's not MBU. It's Bulgaria because they'll come and see Bulgaria. And let's do it very cool. We have the opportunity to have amazing social program. The Lunar Festival is going to have 4 days of lights, festivals, and mapping. We're going to have super cool guests. So it's going to be lots of fun. It's a serious event, but it's going to be fun.
Yes, and also thank you for mentioning that it's ESN Bulgaria because in the OC we have Danchu from ESN Varna, so it's a ESN Bulgaria event. And I think we can open for questions. It's very brief. Yes. I don't know if they're taking minutes.
And so I just wanted to ask, considering the fact that the event will be hosted in Bulgarian University, I just wanted to ask if it wasn't like written somewhere or I have missed it in a way. Would the New Bulgarian University section have anything like to do with the organization, or for us it would mostly be volunteering like at the event?
So we mostly the reason why we're in NBU is because we have Adi in the OC who is from the New Bulgarian University, so she communicated that. So in the organizing part, we don't currently need any more help, but we need volunteers, yes, from NBU. So
don't worry, because it's Adia, so technically it's also MBU because she does all the logistics and she has the most experience to deal with international office and so on and so on and so on. And that was been arranged, a year ago. But volunteers a lot.
yes, from all sections and even volunteers that are not active members are welcome. Other questions? Yes.
Can you please elaborate a little bit more what happens at the General Assembly?
Very good question. The General Assembly is kind of like our National
Are
Assembly.
you at the question?
Yes.
Okay. Mihi, please come. Can you open the slide door, please?
Yes.
Question, are you questions?
Okay, thank you.
Yes, can you repeat your question for the minute?
Name and section.
Kesti, ESN Wasp.
Thank you.
So, can you please elaborate more on the topic of what happens at the General Assembly?
Yes, thank you for the question. The General Assembly is kind of what we have right now. Right now we have the National Assembly, but on the ESN international scale. So there will be it's also an elective GA, so there will be elections for the new international board. We will see the presentations for the international president, vice presidents, treasurer, and all of the positions. They will all come to Sofia to present themselves, and there will be voting from all the countries. and voting on different amendments, and just like we had for our code of conduct and so forth. So it's basically what we have here, but on a larger scale.
So it's gonna be super important because here we choose the national board in our NAs. Imagine on a general assembly choose the international board, so all the countries are gonna be there, representatives, discussions, who votes for who, which country votes for whom, who they choose between two candidates, gossip, drama, what's gonna happen, which country is gonna elect the next event. It's gonna be interesting, and I think that some of you can also hear and hear in a few minutes if you want to be in the plenary, so that's also possible if you don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
But we'll see, we cannot guarantee.
Also, for example, off the top of my head, there will be voting for who will be hosting the GA next spring, and it's going to be either in Croatia or in Turkey. So we will also see that.
Please change GA voting proposals.
Oh, and also, we are going to see if Mary Stilova is gonna be elected for the
Yes,
EP,
of
so
course.
she's applying for an international position.
Yes, yes. Sorry for forgetting. Of course.
Don't forget.
So we need to.
We're
save
gonna
the best for
don't worry,
last.
we're gonna go over it in the next session.
Yeah. So Nelly needs our support during the GA. So please come. Any other questions?
Oh, and all the volunteers will get something distinguished, like a merch, a t-shirt, a hat, we'll see, but something that you keep as a memory, and also it's gonna be very fun, because us are going to organize the whole thing. The idea is in Bulgaria we have hospitality, so warm welcome, so more people, the better.
Minutes, please.
I just wanted to ask, in case I'm still not sure I'll be able to come, what's the deadline for me to tell you if I can come here?
Next Friday, 26th. You can decide, I mean, it's a weekend, you can decide for half a day, one day, only in the evenings, but
Okay.
you'll see, yeah.
Yeah,
It's flexible.
Because I might have a trip, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it.
Cancel the trip. Other questions?
Next Friday, 26th. Right?
I'll put the link, I hope to see you all there, because you will remember it for many years to come. They will remember Sofia, they remember Bulgaria, so let's make a super
Yeah,
good
you get to
impression.
experience an international event without even leaving the country. So I think it's yeah. Final questions, or can we? Yeah, are we?
Yeah,
good
prepare
with
to
the
close the speakers list. Any objections? Thank you so much for your presentation. Rato, when you're done, please present the thing.
Ще да организират нещо за този GA. Не би така правим нещо да събитие. Техники писна е на бус, защото АТИ, те не е между правят организация събития, те могат да платят доброволци.
You can just go with it and like, I'm gonna do it.
Because
Okay, so sorry for the technical delay, but we have another proposed change to the agenda, which we will be able to see in a second.
It's already.
Lovely. Okay, so can you scroll down a bit, please, so that I can see both sessions? That's fine. A little bit up. That's not good. Okay, so GA Sofia voting proposals we changed with the EGM Savi 2024 report. That would be now. We are going to vote on this if you accept the changes or not. Okay? Basically, we just switched two sessions due to some technical requirements. Okay, I will do a roll call as usual. Yes, a new Bulgarian University. Not here, yes? No or same? Yes. Yes, I'm Plovdiv.
Yes.
Yes, I'm Sofia University.
Yes.
Yes, I'm UACEG. Yes, I'm UNWE. Yes, I'm Varna. Okay, with 5 yeses, 0 no, 0 abstains, we accepted the changes to the agenda. Thank you very much. Moving on, I would like to ask Adia to present the EGM Savi 2024 reports.
Do I have the call?
Yes.
Okay. If not, it's fine.
Yeah, no, it will be good with you. Supposed to be somebody.
Okay. Hello, my dear friends. What we're gonna do now is to quickly tell you some information regarding the biggest conference on our continent organized by students, which is Erasmus Generation Meeting. So yesterday you have received an email from our beloved Daniela Doneva. Okay, some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. But what we're gonna do here, this is going to be like a very quick recap of the event. And of course, you can read more, you can read the report, and you can also talk with Danny, with me, or with anyone who was like a participant of the event, and etc. Okay, what I want to say is that okay, sorry. As you can see, this here was our lovely delegation of this event, and we were almost 30 people, which was a great success. But actually, we had the highest number of registered participants, which was 60 people, and we are 100 organization in our. And also this is 60% of the volunteers basically, and this was a very big achievement when it comes to registered people, because we used to not be so active on international level, and now the past 2 years we certainly are. I will not. Okay. I will not. I will not talk a lot about this. I just want to say a few words, because our delegation was very colorful, let's say, because we had we were on different levels, we had different responsibilities, we were on different positions, and I can say that this was the EGM that was the most the event that enriched us the most, because as you know, we have section delegates. Can actually Anyone who was there to just raise your hand. Okay, okay. Yeah, you can. I didn't see it.
I was there. I was there.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, as you know, we had all the section delegates that were there. We had the people who were responsible for their sections. Then we had, of course, people representing. They have me as a delegation leader and Daniela Donovan from ESN, Wasaka, защото не знам как на английски. YCG. and they had us as national leaders, let's say. Then we had two guests. We had a representative of National Youth Forum. And we had also Sava as the representative of
Асоциация младите учени в България.
this association. So we had local people, national level people, we had guests from other organizations, and of course we had people on international level. We had Nelly, that was part of the media team, taking care of all the PR stuff going on during the event. Also, what we had was a very great achievement for us, and this is yes, this is what I was searching for. This thing right there, that Sofia was one of the Erasmus destination cities for 2024. And actually, we were the second runners up. Yeah, now Ivan will show you the golden tickets to success. Yeah. Yeah. We want this thing, and due to the dedication and all the work that Ivan, ESN Sofia, and many other volunteers put in there. So we were very actually liked from the network, from the whole network. Of course, there were also 4 other amazing cities that were had great presentations and everything. You can see more on Wiki. Actually, also you can read more on the report. But this was something very important, I would say, for our NO. Because also, not only this, but we won another honorable award for another event that we mentioned yesterday. And yeah, you can show it. So we had the Erasmus Olympic Games by ESN Sofia University. Okay, you know the whole collaboration, but we had this, and it was also a great thing for us. It was very stimulating for all the volunteers, and I'm sure that next year we can impact and reach even more, right? Okay, so as I said, I wanted to also point out that we had people who were part of the program team, meaning being facilitators and holding sessions and workshops. Like Sava, again, as a guest and representative also of ESN Bulgaria. He was part of a few very honorable panels and sessions. He can tell you more after that. He had very interesting experience, I believe, during this event. And also you had Petya, who is part of the audit commission. And together with me, we also had a few sessions that I believe were very interesting for us to do so. And with this, I want to just quickly say. Okay. With this, I just want to quickly
sum up that it was one of the most interesting and mixed EGMs for us as a NO, since we were participating on very different fields, on so many levels. We were part of the different, we felt the event differently because of that. You can read more in the report about all the activities, the openings, the closings. We had a lot of very important guests and stakeholders from the European Commission, the Parliament, and many other places. You will read more. I will not get into the details about this, but this was actually one of the biggest achievements for ESN in general regarding this. And we were more than 1,600 participants during that event, not counting the stakeholders and guests meeting. Okay, with this, actually, I want to tell everyone who have never been to this event to do it, because believe me, it's worth it. It's very enriching for you. You will meet so many people, connections, you will learn a lot, you will participate in very interesting sessions. You will feel the organization, you will see how big it is, you will see how many people are having the same values, the same visions as you, people who are all over the world, who have totally different backgrounds, but actually you're there at the same place, having one idea, you know? Our topic of this event was removing barriers for active and equal participation, and actually it was with a focus for the European elections that are coming very, very soon. So please, everyone here, vote. You should vote, all of you. So we talked a lot about this. We talked a lot about our generation in general, the impact that we have, what we are doing through our organization, and not only through ESN, but in general with our lives by taking part in different initiatives, organizations, studies, etc. Okay, and I want to show you this picture that I cannot put in the middle. Yeah, so you can see how colorful and beautiful our delegation was. This is the shirt, as you can see, that we had. And here it's written something very important. I cannot read it. Can you read it?
Where every step tells a story.
Because every single one of us has their part, not only in ESN, but in our generation, right? So we should use this opportunity. Thank you. This is all for me.
Can you open the Slido, please, Rada?
My question.
Okay, so same deal as yesterday. I just scan the QR code or type in the numbers, please, and you can ask questions from Adele on the Slido. And do ask questions because it was a very interesting event. That's all I will say.
Also, you can talk with everyone who has been there, because we have at least 20 people, not 20, but 10 or 15 people here that were participating. And they can tell you a lot about their experience, a lot about what they learned, who they met, and how beautiful Sevilla is. Because next time we are in Ancona. Okay. Italy. So you don't want to miss it this time for the ones who missed it now.
With Ferry.
Bye, Ferry.
Yes, and Ferry. Also, the link for the Slido is in the chat, if you cannot scan it.
Alright, first question, Sachilia Samvarna. What was the most interesting workshop in your opinion?
I'm biased.
Let me rephrase the question, the one you were not facilitating.
Honestly, I had time to attend only 2 or 3 sessions that I was not facilitating, since I didn't have the physical time to be a delegation leader, a facilitator, and a mother to everyone. But what I can say is that I was part of a very interesting interactive session by Martina Bo. She was, she's part of the liaison officer. She is part of the team who is responsible for the education. I'll tell you more. But the session was about the European elections, and we had some interesting tasks to brainstorm some ideas. But it was a very interesting combination of not only writing like just a plan what we should do, like event or something, but we had to do the PR, we had to do the Canva posters, we had to do different schemes and stuff. It was, I think, very engaging and made you really see how to do these things. Okay?
Alright, thank you very much. Ivan, ESN Sofia University. Are there any plans for a dissemination event? In Sofia, we plan to maybe have such an event. Should we collaborate with NB for this or keep it local?
This is a great idea, I would say. In general, me personally, I would like to say that every volunteer who has an idea, the motivation to do so, to make different events, to make like initiatives, activities, everything. If they have the motivation, the time, they should try, they should do it. Maybe, yes, you can get in touch with the national board in general just to share your ideas, but why not? We can see how we can proceed with that. Yes?
I mean, the idea was that I feel like with 200 sessions and 30 people, I really didn't know what the others learned, specifically in terms of good practices. And I feel like this would be a good way to speak with each other, but also speak with the people that weren't on each other, because there are a lot of volunteers who have no idea what's going on. And if we, I mean, they just do it locally, but if you want to try to do a collaboration with NB, we can also do it.
You mean within our NO, right? Yeah. No, this is not something that we haven't thought of in general, meaning that usually, especially when a person goes to a training or event of another national organization, usually they represent or do sessions during our events. So taking this into consideration, I think yes, why not? We can try to do something. We can try to see how big, let's say, we can do it. If we do it locally, only within the participants that were there, or maybe we can do it as a event, or make it part of a national training or something like this, since we have upcoming training and upcoming also again national assembly that is not so far. So we have a few events that we can combine with something like this. Or of course, why not? We can try to organize something separately. But for sure, we can think of that.
To summarize, we try to do it in Sofia locally, very informal, very open, not super fuzzy like in one.
You already tried.
No, we'll.
That's.
Most
I was
people
like,
do it.
okay.
And I'll let you know how it goes. Maybe we can do this in other cities, maybe we can do it for the next event, from national to local level.
Yes. Also, if there are like good practices and stuff that people want to share, we can put it into the training event and have sessions, something like this. That's a good idea.
Thank you very much for the question. Next one, Dara ESN NBU. When and where will be the next EGM? The next. I'm sorry, I did not want to change your question. Is it referring to gem? No, then please don't.
I misspelled it, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm joking.
So next EGM is going to be next year in Ancona, which is in Italy. This is a conference. It's an annual event. It happens once per year. So the dates for it are the beginning of April, always. Depends, of course, of the actual dates. We don't have we do have, but we will wait a little bit. For now, the information is that it's the beginning of April in Ancona, Italy. That's it. And you'll receive a lot of information when we have one for registration, topics, and stuff like this.
Thank you very much. Next one, Biljana Kostova from MBU. What was the most challenging or stressful part of the event in your opinion?
Only one. Okay, so I don't know how many of you have been to the previous elective NA, but I had similar question, and I was asked what I will do next time to avoid this. And the thing was that when you have people who support you, people who can help you with the tasks, with everything, it's way more easier to keep the whole delegation prepared, to keep the organization and everything, so everything can go as it should be. This time I can say that I was very blessed to have Dani by my side because she helped me a lot, and maybe with 50% of the stress that I had last year.
Unlike Kiko from the previous year.
No, I didn't refer to Kiko. Actually, Kiko helped me before because the previous selected before Kiko, it was the worst. Then Kiko made it better, and then Dani even better.
Raise the standards.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. What I want to say is that in general, this time the most challenging part was that the way of the whole organization, everything that had to go technically, first of all, was changed because we used the EGM app all the time, which had a lot of issues, a lot of difficulties, and this was kind of confusing for the delegation leaders in general, which means also for the delegations. And another thing was that we had a lot of important figures during this conference, and we had to put more stress on that, to be more careful what we do, how we behave in general. I mean, the whole EGM, everyone, all the 1,600 participants. So it was kind of hard to keep in line with everyone. Also adding the fact that we had a lot of new ESNers in our delegation, a lot of people who had their first international event, so they were not, I mean, we were trying to prepare them, of course, for what is happening, but they cannot know this until they experience it. So maybe these were the things that were the biggest challenges.
Thank you very much. Next question, Kathy, ESN UACG. How is the number of participants by country actually disputed? How many participants attend from one delegation? I think it's supposed to be distributed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so every NO has one spot for delegation leader, 2 more spots for national level of the NO. So it has 3. Okay. Then we have 1 spot per local section. We have 11 sections, so we have 11 spots plus 3, 14 spots. And these are the first 14 spots that we have to register for the first round. And then we have a different procedure where we say how many extra spots we want, how many guests we want to have, and stuff like this. So then they calculate all the spots that have left, they calculate all the extra spots that the other countries want, and then they give you based on that what they have as free spots. I don't know if this answers.
Comment, Ivan?
Also for next year's EGM, we have one more spot because of Sofia's
Yes.
prize for being third.
Yes,
so
this
it's
was something else that I want to mention. Which means that the bigger NOs have more, like bigger delegations, of course.
Alright, thank you very much. Dara. Guys, please. Please pay attention. Front row. Thank you. Dara, ESN NBU. During the event, did you discuss any ongoing challenges for the Erasmus generation or ESN, such as budget, regulations, policies, and etc.?
You mean if me personally or in general?
In general, yeah. There wasn't enough space to write in general.
Yeah, okay. So this is, I would say, very specific question, because every EGM we have different topic. This time, the topic, as I said, was removing the barriers for equal participation. Okay, so all the sessions and the workshops were they were regarding this topic. We were not having like outside of this topic things. Of course, the topic is very big. There is a big variety in the sessions and everything, but it's like a conference / training, because we have these workshops and sessions. So we were there to be trained, to discuss, and to do different things. It's not like these topics are more related to have during SIP, let's say the regional platforms, or General Assembly, where every NO's national board can join and discuss with the others what is happening, how we should do this, if we should change something, if this is what you meant by budget and regulations.
To add to that,
section.
Ivan is at Sofia University. To add to that, EGM is basically 200 sessions, and I was really amazed that this year they had a very big variety of the types of sessions. I think like 10 to 15 types of sessions. So some of them are just presentations and listening to people talk on a panel. Some of them are workshops where you basically talk the whole 1-2 hours with other people about practices. Some of them are basically learning and writing projects or writing something. So the type of sessions are very different, and it's basically up to you to decide what do you want to hear, or what do you want to do, or what do you want to just talk with the people, and choose your type of learning.
You can read more about the type of the sessions, workshops in Dani's report. Also, what she has attended, and everything that she has learned.
Okay, moving on. Thank you very much. Biljana Kostova, NBU. Is there something that the members of one delegation can do in order to help and ease the job of the national delegate? Thank you for this question.
Thank you. Actually, there is a lot that the members can do. First of all, they can read what the NR/delegation leader is writing, all the emails and all the information, because we have certain deadlines, we have requirements and things like this that should be followed. So members can just, if they're interested in such events, they can try to read more carefully, to follow the emails, to even ask if something is not clear. But something that the local boards can do is the distribution of the spots within the section, and to make sure that the people that have signed up and that actually want these spots are people who are responsible, people who will be there, will be present, will participate every session, will present ESN Bulgaria in the best way possible, will not misbehave and stuff like this. So I think it's, I believe it's something that the local boards, knowing their active members in the section, can decide and see, okay, that person is very dedicated, has been very into our section last 6 months per se. So they deserve to have a spot, especially when we have, because on the first round we have 1 spot per section. So it's very important that people who take the spots are people who are actually going, because in the other countries people are fighting and there is just a queue of 50 people who cannot go, and then there is us just being like, I'm not coming, but you know, I'm taking the spot. So this is something that is not really okay, and local boards and in general volunteers should have in mind before applying, or no, you can apply, you can sign up, you can register, that's amazing. But then when you confirm your spot, you can be more sure of what's going on. Of course, it really depends on the situation, but it's something that really mostly messes up the whole precision with the spots, let's say.
Thank you. Moving on, Dimitar Batev, NBU. Do you think Bulgaria has the opportunity to be considered as the next best destination?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, I can answer to this question. Yes.
Yes. Can we move on?
Yes.
Thank you. Mihail, how did the stakeholders from Bulgaria take part in the event?
This is amazing. This is a great question. Thank you. Our stakeholders, actually we had 3 at first, 3 stakeholder guests who had to participate in the event. Unfortunately, only 2 of them could make it due to some issues. But I can say that first, as I mentioned, we had 1 guest representing the National Youth Forum who was very dedicated. He was a person who participated in many sessions, and I can say that it was a great input. Then we had also Sava representing the association with the long name, and he was part of few panels and sessions, as I already said. And actually, I believe and I think that it was very good for ESN Bulgaria to have this participation in such sessions with other very honorable guests. So I think we did well.
Thank you very much. Comment? I'm sorry?
Which is the third one?
It was from Varna, from Technical University, I think. Technical University of Varna. They had a guest. They wanted to send a representative, but due to some problems in the very last moment, actually, because they were approved as guests and everything was going well, but a few weeks before the event, they had some issues and couldn't send that person, unfortunately. But we believe that next time we'll have more guests, we'll have more universities that will send people, because they are usually interested in this, but not every time they can send people.
Thank you very much. Next question, Biljana Kostova, MBU. Is there any division of the members depending on their experience in ESN? If not, do you think the sessions are equally useful to everyone who's attending them?
I can explain what
Yeah, go ahead.
Because, like, for example, if there are some new, like, fresh members, and then there are like some older ones who already have like more knowledge, like if you mix them in one workshop, like, do you think the older ones, do you think that's why it's like is equally useful, and how, like, isn't it pretty challenging to sum up, like, not to sum up, like, together information that it's kind of appealing to both types of people?
Yeah. Okay. You mean in general for the sessions of the event? Yeah. This is something that we always take into consideration, especially when we, as an NO, especially when we organize our national trainings, stuff like this. I can say that for EGM, there are sessions and workshops are structured in a way when everyone can actually take from the session, because first of all, the topic of the whole conference, removing barriers, It's a topic that everyone can share an opinion or experience or an idea. I mean, it's not really ESN related because it is ESN related because we're thinking about how we as ESNers and young generation can contribute, but the topics are not ESN-ish way, you know, because we talk about elections, we talk about development, we talk about youth engagement, we talk about such things that it's not necessary to be national or international levels so you can participate or give an opinion. And then we have the program team who elects the facilitators in the type of sessions, and they give this like they're in charge of the sessions, and they always, I can say as a facilitator that they can give you some guidance and say, okay, keep in mind that here if people don't say this or if people don't know that, you should do it like this, it's better to do that. So they work with the facilitators so sessions can be approachable to everyone who is attending. And also every participant is registering themselves so they can choose a topic and they have a summary of the topic, what is the type of a session, what are they going to do, the facilitator, so they can actually choose something that is interesting for them, and they can kind of decide if they know or if they just want to learn. Maybe they don't know anything, but they want to hear what people can say about this. So I would say it's it's handled well regarding this.
Thank you very much. I have 2 more questions after Ivan, and then I propose to close the speakers list. Any objections? Speakers list is closed. That's fine. Okay, comment. ESN Bulgaria is doing great on the international stage. People know us and the quality work we do. Yay for that. We should all be proud and carry this energy for the next events. Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Yes. Okay, I have 2. Yes, comment?
No, to add up on this.
Name and section?
Part, maybe ESN Bulgaria University. The first
Yeah, audit commission.
Actually, part of this thing that Ivan is saying, it's totally true, we support it, but this is like building over the years, and this is because many of us started applying also for international positions in committees, teams, like whatever you can imagine on the international level. Now we have Nelly also applying. Right now, Mishu, Evie, who is not here, Justin, and me are also taking positions on the international level. Adi, Ani, and I don't know who else. Kiku are in international committees, so please do apply, don't be stressed. Okay, to Mishu as well. Many people from ESN Bulgaria are taking part in international things happening, so don't hesitate, try, and we'll carry on this.
Thank you. Yeah, and also this is why it's very important to represent ESN Bulgaria in the best way possible during the international events, meaning we should behave and be nice people, okay?
Thank you. I have the last 2 questions, so I will just say them.
Yeah.
How do you do spot distribution in your NL?
So, how we do it? Okay, we have the original 1 spot per section.
Yes.
Okay. What we do is first we announce the registration that we have this event, we promote it, not only through our communication channels, but also when we have events like this, or training events or team meetings, whatever it is, we promote it so people can sign up, people can register if they have questions and everything. We do this until we have like almost until the deadline, but not at the end. Then when we see how many people has registered, me personally as NR, get in contact with the local boards, and especially with specifically with the local representatives, because they're responsible for this to get all the people from their section that has registered and they make the priority list of the section. So they made it internally. They decide who is the section delegate, who is going to be the responsible for the section, who is going to be second, third in the waiting list, and everything like this. So they give me the priority list. We put the section delegates, and then we put the other people in the waiting list, but equally. I mean, not okay. Now we will put ESN of university in the first 30 spots for the waiting list. We do it. We try to make it equal. We have actually extra spots because we have some ghost sections, which means that no one is taking these places, and we give more also like a priority to new ESNers that are we see that are dedicated, that are getting into the network. They are motivated, people who has done a lot for the past few months. Let's say we want to give them a priority to motivate them. So when we have to actually decide who is in the waiting list, we take also this into consideration. But in general, yeah, the local sections are giving us priority list for their spots.
Okay, so basically, I was interested in obviously like above the guaranteed spots. So basically, it's your individual decision. There is no system.
No, there is not a system.
Okay.
But we have few rounds, let's say, because people have some things that they cannot come, so people,
No, I know how the
Yeah.
system works. I'm just interested in how you do it.
Yeah,
Just,
yeah. No, we don't have
specifically.
like points and stuff like other
Okay.
animals.
Okay, I see. Yes, comment?
No, 2 minutes.
I know, I'm responsible for the time left. It's okay. Okay, very last question. Actually, it's 1 minute left. Do you think that active and equal participation was achieved?
Can you repeat?
Do you think that we have achieved active and equal participation at this event?
In general?
Yes.
I think that maybe I can say yes, but I have some comments on that. But maybe in general, we are very close.
No.
Diplomatic answer.
No,
Thank you very
very
much.
close. We didn't achieve it, but we're close.
All right. Thank you very much, Adria, for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Next up, we have the National Erasmus Event Report. I would like to ask Nelly to please come to the stage.
Give me just a second. Can you open your presentation? If you had opened it. No. Go to the folder for day 2. Not the email, the draft folder.
You have 10 minutes to present, 5 minutes question.
Okay, I will try to be even more brief than this. Okay, so hi peeps. Nelly here. Thank you for. Can I have the clicker? I will present very briefly the trip that we did to Gabrovo. Some highlights from the trip in terms of results, and a bit of numbers, and then what comes after, because this trip technically is not over yet for me. Okay, so this was the trip. Actually, we did a trip. This is the second edition of that trip. We went to Gabrovo, Buzuja, Shipka, Etara for a 2-day trip.
like usually in the past we used to do 3 days trips, but this is a relative, like a new concept, a smaller trip. We've been doing it since I think 2022 was the first edition of this trip. And this year we decided to shift things a bit, and we did it in the second semester. What? Okay, so summary. In total, we had more than 20 volunteers working on that event. And for me, the most important thing that happened during this event is that we validated the concept of the trip. Oops, what did I do? Can you put it in again? So the most important thing that happened during this event is that we validated the concept of the trip coordinators team. We did have that in the first trip to Veliko Trnovo in the previous semester, but it was more of an idea, of a concept, and now we saw that if the people actually apply, have a vision, and work closely with the national board responsible to ensure that things are up and running, it definitely can, the whole experience went on another level. I've been repeating to the people that were involved with the trip that they are writing ESN history. I'm not joking in general, because the team that worked on this trip, I'm not talking about the content, which we're still working on, but in general about the preparation of the cultural and social program. What did you do?
It's there we have some internet problems, I think.
Okay. So yeah, the next steps for the concept of the trip coordinators team, we are separating them from the guides. We're putting a middle level between the NB responsible and the guides, because before it was one person coordinating a big team. Now it's one person coordinating a team of 3 people, and then these 3 people coordinating the guides, with the NB responsible on top coordinating the whole process and the trip coordinators team. Are we good to go?
Yes.
Thank you. Approximately 140 participants, which was above the target that we have set, 130. And for this edition, we had a balance, which makes me very happy, a balance between the ESN cities of Bulgaria. So we had a very balanced number of people coming from Ruse, Plovdiv, Varna, and Sofia. There was a bit of a challenge with transportation just because of this, because the numbers can never be predicted. But I am happy to see that the sections are, at least in this aspect, performing very, very well, and I can see that they're active because of this balance. And Joko didn't mention it yesterday, and I'm thankful for not mentioning it, but the estimated income from this trip only is around 2,700 leva. To give you an idea, this is going to go to the national budget. Also, the profit for sections is going to come from here, but this is what Rhapsody is supposed to pay to ESN Bulgaria. What this means, to give you an idea of what this money means in comparison to previous years, the best income that we have had from a national trip was 1,200, 300 leva per trip. So you can see my excitement, when I saw the number and everything. It was like, you did this. Okay, so in terms of next steps, because as I told you, the trip is still not over for me. I'm gonna have a strategic meeting with Rhapsody, preferably this or next week, the upcoming week, in which we're gonna go over both trips, comment on what went well, what could be improved in our way of working, what we want to keep and focus on, and so on. So if somebody of the attendants here attended the trip, please, if you have not submitted your feedback, do it, because we really need that information, because I would have something to work to base my opinion upon if it's written down. Also, we have a very big activation on behalf of the Erasmus students. Last time I checked, it was half of the participants already had filled the feedback form, which is very good, But there is a strategy behind, so like you can reach out to me later how to make people fill in feedback forms. Then we would send an invoice for the profit from the trip, and then therefore receive the money to the bank account of TFS Bulgaria. And also something that I have to do as an MD responsible is analyze the feedback collected from the guides, the trip coordinators, and the Erasmus students, and then also optimizing processes, templates, and preparing the drive for the person that's gonna inherit this position and these responsibilities. That's it on my side. Now it's time for questions.
Thank you very much, Navi. Can you please open the Slido for questions?
I have given way too little time for this session. I literally gave 15 minutes for this lesson. People typing.
Type.
No, не се сеща.
Освен си доходен.
Не, сега.
Но ми слабото не ми зарежда.
Is there somebody that's typing a question?
Yes, already.
First one, Dara, ESN NBU. Did you manage to review any of the feedback from the Erasmus students? If yes, what's the general feedback?
The general feedback, the people are, yes, thank you for the question. Yes, I have managed to go over some of the feedback provided by the Erasmus students. They are in general very happy with the trip. In terms of longitude, nobody commented anything because this was one of the concerns for the guides and the coordinators. They're very happy with the accommodation. The group that was in the hotel that was furthest away, they complained about this. Transportation was nice, the program was nice, maybe skip some parts like the museum. But other than that, they're overall pretty happy, and they have some of the Erasmus students have put focus on have graded very highly the attitude of the volunteers, the proactivity, and also the cultural program. So good job, kudos.
Thank you. Next question, David ESN Sofia University. Is there a specific deadline until when they should pay us the profit?
Mariana mentioned that she would like to pay us by the end of March, but I was, how should I say it? I did not prioritize this at the moment. So whenever we issue the invoice, we will get the money. Like Rhapsody are usually very, very punctual when it comes to payments. It's just we need to issue the invoice. And just because I have not had time to review the trip, to make sure what expenses we have made, and to try to convince Mariana that we are not the ones that are supposed to cover it, so that we get more money. That's why I have not reached out to Joko and said, issue the invoice for this amount of money, because we really need to go over with Mariana through the trip. But they should pay us by the end of this month, or the payment will enter in the next one.
Thank you. More questions. Yes, Ivan, ESN Sofia University. Is the reason for this big income the higher difference between price with and without ESN card? Should we keep such difference for next trips?
Amazing question, thank you so much. Joko, do you want to answer?
I could say something.
Yeah.
Let me leave the accessories. So the thing is, last trip, as you probably remember, some of you, it was quite the thingy. We had quite the volatility, you could say. It was, I think there were a few things that could be improved upon, so we decided to increase the difference between the two, because it doesn't make a difference for them if it's 5 euros, let's say, or 5 levels. I think it was something like that the last trip, difference with and without card. In many countries, I've talked to many different treasurers, event managers, and they say that for the national trips, the difference they have for people with a card and without a card, it's the amount of the card that they need to pay for in order to get it, so that they're incentivized to get the card with the trip. And for us, it didn't make a difference, and now it's more of to incentivize them to get the card.
Exactly. The previous trip, we like as Joko mentioned, we kind of like made the mistake to not make the difference that big, and now we did. First, we might have incentivized some people to pay less by getting the ESN card. Second, we get more money because of people being lazy, technically. Because just by attending 3 events of ESN, maybe in Sofia, and attending the national trip, you have already saved the money for the ESN card. Just saying. It's always like that.
But on top of that, if you get more ESN cards, it's still beneficial. So in any case, it's better. But on top of that, I suppose, I'm not entirely sure because I was not that much involved with that. It was pretty much mainly talking about that with finances and everything. But the difference between their expenses and the price we charge, I think it was improved. Just the difference. So I suppose that's quite a big factor as well.
And we have the same number of participants. So basically, the difference in the amount that we had charged the participants didn't affect the attendance, but that also I attribute to your promotion of the trip. So good job. And should we keep such a difference for the next trip? I would say absolutely. It's like we don't have any reason not to.
Or maybe we can think about it even increasing it. Who knows? Who knows?
No, because there are, as a matter of fact, there are some unexpected expenses, like for example, bank transaction fees. And in the case of a refund, we're not able to provide a full refund because there are bank taxes. This is like literally an administrative fee that even if you read through the terms and conditions of other organizers, wherever you pay online, there will always be an administrative fee just because of the bank transaction. Okay, did you answer the question? Okay, amazing.
Comment from me?
No, I want to make a comment.
Yeah.
I just want to make a comment on what Ivan asked. So basically, I was also involved in like selling the trip in person. So actually, I believe that people started people were motivated to buy the ESN card for the trip and also like for other events. So like yes, I think we like throughout the trip we also like sold some cards. So
the trip is an instrument for selling the card. Definitely.
Yes.
It's a nice marketing opportunity.
It's a win-win situation.
Yeah.
Right, moving on. Dimitar Batev, NBU. Do you have plans for future trips? If so, which country or cities are you open to visiting?
Absolutely depends on you. Because this is my second and maybe last mandate on the national level. So the future events manager, the future people that are gonna be on the national level are in this room. So you get to decide what happens in the future. Future trips, upcoming trips. We have one until the end of this semester to Varna. It's called Ibiza of the Balkans. This time we're gonna partner with Yes Trips instead of Rhapsody. Which country or cities? From what I've seen so far from the collaboration between ESN Sofia and ESN Thessaloniki, it's ESN Bulgaria, Greece, also ESN Bulgaria, Turkey, and maybe in the future also ESN Bulgaria, Romania. So maybe focus, if we want to go international, I would say focus first on the CEEP region countries, so our neighbors, and then from then maybe even consider other countries. But it's really up to you. It's in your hands. Yes.
Comment to that?
Sorry.
Name and section.
Ivan, comment to that, because the question is to Nelly as national level. On national level, they have to do one thing per semester. And that's it. They can stop at one. And usually that's how it was the last semesters. The initiative came for this semester from Sofia, from other sections, from Varna, to Romania, because we're so close. So basically, the sections or the cities can decide to do that with the support of national level. So it depends on us. How we do it in Sofia. For Thessaloniki, it can be turned from Sofia with support from MB. It's probably the same with Varna.
Yeah. There is a document that regulates the organization of national trips. It's called the Trips Policy Paper, and I really encourage you and invite you to read through it and get acquainted with it if you want to organize local trips through with the help of the national level.
Right. I propose to close the speakers list. Any objections? Speakers list is closed. I will ask also Nelly, please give short answers because we are behind time. Dara, ESN, and NBU, when will the guys receive their certificates? I really miss mine.
Whenever everybody fills the feedback form.
Very quick, very nice. Maggie, ESN, SU, have you thought of an option for sections to work with an agency for their own trips as there were questions? You'd recommend Rhapsody again or another agency?
I think that right now ESN Sofia is a great example of us collaboration. Working with an agency, I would recommend, because a section is not a legal entity, to actually work with an agency. I would also say Rhapsody is a good alternative. However, they have kind of like high prices, and this is the case with because they are like a mediator for transportation, especially for buses, which is the trickiest part. They have pretty high prices, but this is coming from my only experience with them. So if sections reach out to bus companies separately, I don't know how prices look like. So I would say yes, I would recommend Rhapsody and an agency in general. Yes, trips. I would say that they're very open to partnerships.
Comment?
Comment on the ESN University. Yes, yes, trips are open to basically SIP and the Balkans. I'm not paid to do this because it was in progress. Basically, they came at the right time for what something we wanted to do. For the Thessaloniki trip we did, essentially, they're still high prices. They're not like low cost everything, but their cost is pretty much the same as Rhapsody, just like in a quality hostel. And the thing is that you can work with them. They're open to that, so the other sections in this can try to do that. The only thing is that you can try to do it online through me because I have already a connection with the representative. But I think they're pretty open. They're very, I would say, supportive for this trip in terms of everything, like keeping track of money. We're not touching any money in this trip with this. They're doing everything with the platform, sending emails, sending social program organization, reminding participants on stuff. Basically, they are pushing us for some stuff so that everything is in their line. So the control they do is very nice. So for us, it's less. So you can try this, a bit more expensive again, but you can also try locally with those companies and do it. But again, national policy paper, we have to read it and be official.
Thank you. Comment, Maggie AC. Please keep it short.
Yeah, sure. Actually, to build up on what Ivan said, what is most important for you is we are not a travel agency and we do not have the right to do it on ourselves. That's why we have to work with an agency, first of all. And second, it's really recommended to have in written, have a contract, to know what are all the features and all the requirements for this trip from both sides, from the agency and from you, what is expected. So you know that everything is handled correctly and it's more secure for the participants.
Thank you. Next question. Victoria Sanvarna, do you think the trip being only 2 days reduces the experience for participants compared to 3 days?
I would say, thank you for the question. I would say that yes, of course, that if you have 2 days to enjoy a trip, it would be less compared if you have 3 days to enjoy a trip, because you get to spend more time with people, more time exploring Bulgaria, right? That makes sense. However, here I also opt for diversity, differences of prices, like pricing of the trips, and that's why I opted for a 2-day trip instead of a 3-day trip. In the first semester, we have a 3-day trip to Veliko Tarnovo. Here, I decided it's okay to make it only 2, but since this is my second and hopefully last mandate, you can apply for the position and change this next semester.
Okay, moving on. Thank you very much. Dara and B, will it be possible a training for guys to be organized with the help of Rhapsody for the next trip?
That's a very good idea. I like it. Why not? I mean, Rhapsody are basically open to any kind of collaboration, so why not? I can actually write that down and ask Mariana at our next meeting.
Our control commission with NYM Bulgaria actually has a representative working with them as a guide, so they would be yeah. They would be, they already know ESN and they would like to do it.
Amazing. So yeah, I'll just ask the question straight for to Mariana.
Okay, last question. How much was the difference in the price with or without ESN card? David, ESN SU.
15 level.
15.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation, Nelly. Alright, moving on. Now we come to the most important part of today. We will do the voting. Yes. Before the coffee break, we will vote on everything that we have discussed yesterday. So, candidate section presentation, amendments to the SSO. These are very important things. So I truly hope that you managed to ask all the questions that you wanted to ask and you are perfectly informed about what you will be voting. As a courtesy, I will do another quorum check. ESN New Bulgaria University. ESN Plovdiv. ESN Sofia University.
Yes.
ESN UACEG.
Yep.
ESN UNWE. ESN UR.
Present.
Thank you. ESN Varna.
Yes.
Okay, with 6 sections present, we have quorum. Can you please put the... yes, you did it. Okay.
Do you want me to explain the voting procedure?
Please do.
Okay.
But have we called for, like, are we voting in the end together for all the events?
Yeah, I will explain everything. I just need to. No, this is not necessary. Can you remove the presentation?
We can have this. It's fine.
No, it's the voting is not here.
It's not a presentation.
Just go to day 2, presentations during voting, and then this one.
Native video.
Then you have the voting questions. Where is it? Zoom out.
It's video time. Video. It's video time.
Okay, I can explain. I can explain on some stuff, and then you can do your checking. I will be very, very brief when it comes to the voting. So here you have the voting questions. You have the. Can you
Zoom.
No. Just do this. Up here, you see what majority is needed for the proposal to pass. Simple majority, like we'll go over the majorities again later. Andres will do it. The amendments related to the statutes, to the standing orders of ESN Bulgaria have absolute majority, and the voting for the candidate section will happen secretly. That's it.
Candidate section is secret vote.
Yes.
According to SSO? Okay. Alright, so, do you have a question?
Do you want to
Then
check?
can you please take a seat?
No, there the scrutineers.
Oh, yours too. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't recognized your face yet. I was used to Remus. Okay. But it's a delight that you're here. Okay. So we have elected Seychilda. We will move on. Okay, silence, please. Thank you very much. Okay. For the National Assembly July 2024, it's open voting. In case you would like to request a secret vote, please do it now, and please do it before we start any of the voting. Any section can request this, okay? So if you're a vote holder and you want to have a secret vote, for whatever reason, you don't need to specify for what, just tell me. Okay. So, we will do the usual roll call. Do you approve the candidacy of ESN UWE, ESN Sofia University, and Erasmus Network Burgas for the organizing committee of the National Assembly of ESN Bulgaria, July 2024? ESN U Bulgaria University.
We approve.
ESN Plovdiv.
We approve.
ESN Sofia University.
Yes.
ESN UACAG.
Yes.
ESN UWE.
Yes.
ESN UR.
Yes.
ESN Varna.
Yes.
Okay.
Not okay. With 6 yeses, 0 no, 0 abstains, the OC for the next NA was elected.
You want us?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I thought you were gonna announce them. We were just like.
I mean, technically, we should be counting them, but they have voting devices, just a roll.
Yeah.
Alright, next question. Do you approve? And now we are coming to very important things. Do you approve the amendment proposals to Title 5 and 6 of the standing orders of ESN Bulgaria related to the other national positions? This requires absolute majority, which means that the yeses have to outnumber the noes and the abstains. But yes.
And also the percent of the weight of the votes have to be more than 50%, more than 50 points.
Exactly. So the yeses have to outnumber the noes and the abstains.
Yes, but it's not only the case because sometimes the votes are heavier than the actual.
Okay.
Yes.
That's your. Just take it. Okay. So. Okay. Yes.
What are we doing with university versus?
I'm sorry?
What are we doing with university versus vote? Like, does it count to 100%? Is it not counted? Is that not?
Yes,
Why
we did a second quorum check.
I did another quorum check, so yes, it counts. Yes, they are here. And they were here at the presentation, so they can vote. Okay, ready to vote? Wait, I will wait for my scrutinizers.
Sorry about that.
That's perfectly fine. Thank you for your help. Okay, do you approve the amendment proposals to Title 5 and 6 of standing orders of ESN Bulgaria related to the other national positions? ESN New Bulgaria University.
Yes.
ESN Plovdiv.
Yes.
ESN Sofia University.
Yes.
ESN UACG.
Yes.
ESN UNWE. ESN UR.
Yes.
ESN Varna.
Yes.
With 6 yes and 100% of the weighting vote, this proposition is approved.
7 yeses.
7.
It's 6. No.
No, 6.
How is it so?
7.
7.
Okay.
We
We are still at absolute majority, okay? From all the votes moving on is absolute majority. Do you approve the amendment proposals to the functions of the National Board and NB supporting positions of ESN Bulgaria? ESN New Bulgaria University.
Yes.
ESN Plovdiv.
Yes.
ESN Sofia University.
Yes.
ESN UACG.
Yes.
ESN UWE. ESN UR.
Yes.
ESN Varna.
Yeah, with 7 yeses, the changes are approved.
Thank you very much. Alright, next one. Do you approve? Silence. Do you approve the amendment proposals to Title 3 of the standing orders of ESN Bulgaria related to the National Board and NB supporting positions? ESN New Bulgaria University. ESN Plovdiv.
Yes.
ESN Sofia University.
Yes.
ESN UACG.
Yes.
ESN UNWE. ESN UR.
Yes.
ESN Varna.
Yes.
Unanimous decision. And now the secret vote.
Okay, so right now I have prepared the secret voting. The emails that you have provided in the vote delegation form. Who are the vote holders? Can you raise your hands? Okay, you have provided emails. Can you come here, make sure that the emails are correct. Also, the scrutineers, I would need you to be here to make sure the ballot and everything is correct. Come here, check your emails one by one in a line, so that everything is sent out correctly.
Does everyone who's not
Everybody who is not a vote holder can go out and have a coffee break.
Until when?
No, wait, don't do like like let's do this and then we go to coffee break, okay? Like quickly check the email because we have a lot of time for coffee break.
Sure, okay. Can you check your emails, make sure they're right? With Varna, I have spoken, they will receive Karina will carry the vote of 2 people. She will receive the vote for Eastern Bloc personal email and the vote for Eastern Bloc to her section. Are no emails correct?
Okay, if it's correct, take your seat, please.
The ballot that you put Erasmus Method Professors Campbell session is in Bulgaria, yes, I'm staying.
Have you sent the email?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, just to remind, silence please. Just to remind everyone and especially the vote holders, now we will be voting whether to accept Erasmus Network Burgas as a candidate section of ESN Bulgaria. Okay? And you will receive this email in a couple of seconds. And coffee break is very near. Okay? Couple more minutes. What's up?
Чакай да вземе. We have to check the wait.
Просто може да се направи.
14-42 беше диплом. НБУ 14-42. Пловдив 12-53. София University 17-26. ЛАСК 13-16. УНС 14-74. Русе 11-58. И Варна 16-32. Добре.
Окей, супер. You should receive your email within the next 60 seconds.
Has everyone received the email to vote? No. Are you having problems? Received. Okay. Okay, if you have already voted, please raise your hand so we know who are we waiting for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Seven. Okay. Everyone has voted, correct? Nobody else needs to vote. Okay, thank you very much. Coffee break, half an hour. Meeting here at 14. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be so interesting.
I did not hear that. Here you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Amendment 1.
Okay, so since we haven't seen each other for 10 minutes, I want to just briefly say that I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the proposals, meaning things that will be voted on during the General Assembly that is taking place in Sofia next month. And these are some proposals from the international board or also applications for international positions, and we will briefly go through it. However, not everything is done yet with these documents because there is still ongoing open call for some of the positions. So maybe later, it's until next Friday, so you can expect emails from me regarding this with the additional documents. So yeah, please check it. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the proposals, but I'm not going to tell you how we propose to vote as a NO. This is something that you will receive on Monday via email, and you will have 1 week time to consult your sections and then to say if you agree with the proposal of national level to how to vote on these topics. Okay. Just a second. So, first of all, excuse me, but I will be with my phone because all the notes are here. First of all, there are few documents, meaning minutes from the previous, from the Extraordinary General Assembly from December 2023 and the Extraordinary General Assembly from March 2024. There are minutes that should be approved. So you can see this as a document in the email that I send you. Also, you can find it on ESN Wiki or documents in general. As I said, there are a few reports also, as I mentioned in the email, reports that should be also approved. This is the financial report and the internal audit report for 2024 and the financial for 2023. I'm not gonna open them here because you have them. You can check them if you want, you can read. But these are just regular reports and documents that should be approved. Okay, after that, we have the action plan from 2024 to 2025, which is proposed by the board, the action plan for the network. We are, you can, I believe you had opened it, I believe you had read it. You can see more details in the document also. And if you have any questions, you can ask me because I want to stress a little bit more on the amendments that they have proposed. How much do I have for this?
Until 32.
Okay.
And then questions.
Okay, so now I'm gonna open the only one amendment that we have proposed. It's it's an amendment to the statutes and internal rules of ESN International, and it's regarding the liaison officers, their deadline for the report, and their the right who to dismiss him. Now I will open just the original. Just a second. 1 minute, yes.
Should we turn off the lights? Because we cannot see anything. Yes, it's putting light on. Perfect. It's good now?
Yes. Okay. Fine. So, what is this document about? This proposal is the idea of it is to bring clarification on the standing orders of the liaison officers. Here you can see, according to the informal procedures that they are already in place after the ESN review. Okay, meaning there are a few changes in Article 44.1 and 45.1, where you can. Okay. Okay, can I will just stay here. No, yes, please, because. Okay. So here I want to open the proposed changes, the actual changes in the standing orders. Okay, here we have an additional point that says the definition and composition of the liaison office are further outlined in the support structure guidelines of ESN International. Meaning that the description of this support structure is added as a support structure to the president. Okay, so I don't know how many of you know what liaison officer is. Okay, Maggie, can you say? Because I see that the people are super lost. Can you say briefly what is it?
Okay, so liaison officers are people that are supporting the international level and mainly the president of ESN International in his representative role towards different stakeholders, because there are a lot of stakeholders that the president has to communicate with on the international level, and you can imagine there are different topics also connected with our causes, for example. And there's liaison officer for sustainability, there's liaison officer for social inclusion, or it wasn't exactly how it's called, but it's for this part. There's liaison officer towards the student council, how it's called, the European Student Council, which is like our student councils in the country. There's also European, same way as we have ESN sections and ESN International. So basically this is a whole team of, I'm not sure how many, 7 or 8 people that are supporting the representation towards these different stakeholders and working in this field. So ESN has good communication and good relationship with these parties.
Okay, yes.
Name and section.
We cannot hear it here, so
Yeah, louder.
So, is that like everybody from different countries, or they can be like for the officers for the
liaison officers are positions that you apply for, similar to everyone else.
Yeah, you
on
can
the
see open call for
international
them.
level. And their mandate is for 2 years, not for 1 year, and they have to be from many countries. So whoever decides to apply,
So they
apply,
give you
it doesn't, doesn't have the country is another liaison officer.
Yes. Amazing. Thank you, Maggie. So basically, the liaison office, it's a support structure. However, here we are not changing the concept or anything like this. Just after a review, they have found a better way to outline and define the office some of its responsibilities and lies, I would say. Meaning that, first of all, they propose to add it as a support structure guidelines, in the support structure guidelines, as a structure, okay? It hasn't been added, so this is one of the things. This is one of the things that is perfect. Is added in the 43rd article. Then in the 44th, we have a little clarification that the liaison officers can be dismissed by the board or the GA, the General Assembly. Until now, it was and, meaning that only together they can decide. Now it's or, either one of them or together. This I will tell a little bit more after that why it should be done. And another thing about the duties of the liaison office in 45th article is that the liaison officers must send a report about their work before every GA meeting. And here they remove the exact deadline, at least 30 days. They remove this. Okay, these are the 3 changes that are in this document.
Yeah, something that I missed actually. There's another type of liaison officers that are regional liaison officers, meaning that the idea of expansion of ESN towards every continent, basically, it's followed that way, and there are people working with different associations, students, representatives from Americas, Asia, Africa, etc. And these 2 pieces, like the liaison officers that are connected to causes and the liaison officers that are regional, are as a whole the liaison office, as it's called.
Yes, thank you. Actually, it's a very interesting field, so you can read more on ESN wiki, not Nikki. So why they propose these changes and they think they're important? This is to bring clarity of the role of the liaison office in the ecosystem of the Erasmus Student Network, because by this clarification, it can work better, basically, you know that. It's clarity on the rule of conduct regarding the liaison office, providing transparency in the procedures to the network and the liaison officers. Clearly define rules of conduct to ensure consistency and fairness in how liaison officers carry out their duties and interact with the network. This will help to support with knowledge transfer, ensuring that we have key procedure documented. And recognition of the work of the liaison officer to the network, which will happen by formalizing the roles and responsibilities of the liaison officers. So I know that this maybe looks like super weird and not informative to you at all, but if you actually read the amendment and the concept note, it will really help you to find out why this is needed and why they're proposing it. But basically, it's not like something like a big change, just some things that are bringing more clarification of the whole supporting structure. Okay, so this is about the amendment. Now,
Please try to make it short. You're way over time, but it's gonna be fine. Just try to make it short. Nothing.
Okay, so for the next thing, I will not open any documents. I will just inform you that this is the only amendment and that I wanted to discuss, and then we just have to vote for a few positions on international level and for OC. Okay, we have 2 candidates. We have 2 candidates for the General Assembly Spring 2025. And we have to vote, choose one of them. The first is GA Dubrovnik, which is ESN Croatia. They have application for GA. And the second one is GA Smyrna, ESN Turkey. Turkey. I don't know, Turkey, and they also had submitted their application. So we have these two countries, Croatia and Turkey, that are candidates for GA Spring 2025. Then quickly we just move for the positions on the national board, international board, where for a president we have again candidacy from Ana Rita Diaz. She is currently the president of ESN Sibel International, let's say. So we have another candidacy from her. Then for vice president for governance, if you remember, we have two vice presidents for governance. Until now, we had Ioannis Pagalots. I cannot. Paglatos. I cannot read his surname. Excuse my French or Greek. But he has. He is candidate once again for this position. But also we have another candidate for the same position. This is by Kaya Castello. Yes, she is currently the main chair of the General Assembly CT. Okay, we have two people for this position. Then for treasurer we have Rui Vinha. Who you can read their CVs. For vice president, excuse me, I didn't mention that. For the vice president for development, we don't have any applications for now. The open call is still ongoing. For communication manager, we have once again Lina Mohoric. She's currently the communication manager. Some of you have worked with her. And then for web project administrator, we have again two applications. One from Darwin. I will just read the first names. Darwin, who is currently on this position, this is for his second mandate, applying for his second mandate, and Gabriel Kmel, who is a candidate for this position also. To summarize these things, we have two positions with double applications that we have to choose in between. Okay, then we move quickly to General Assembly chairing team. We have two applications for the main chair. Okay, Paulina Bednark and Esther Debrecen. Yes. So we have the applications from them, and then we have one missing position without any applications, okay, that we don't know. And then we have one application for General Assembly Secretary, and the application is by our Nelly. So, as you have been informed, we should also, you will have calls with her. We should support her with a letter, which she is going to explain this to you. So basically, for the GACT, we have two applications for main chair and one application for secretary. With this, I will end the documents that are going to be voted during the GA. Maybe there will be more, since the open call is still ongoing. I will send an email. Please, once again, read them, especially the amendment. Check all the CVs and the motivation letters, which is very important, by all candidates, and consult your sections. After this National Assembly, you will receive a proposal from the national level of ESN Bulgaria, how we propose to vote on these topics, on these matters, and you can say if you agree or not. You have the whole procedure explained in the emails, and I will once again talk about this with the local representatives. So that's it. You can
comment.
Can we? Okay.
We are moving to question right now. Can you wait like 1 minute?
Yes. Okay. With this, I will finish. So we can.
Okay. Amazing.
That's it.
The usual Slido is here. Scan the QR code or type in the number, please, and do ask questions.
This means that I don't have.
Okay, is anybody typing a question? Yes. Okay.
Give him a moment.
For the others, it's question round, not coffee break. Okay, please. Thank you.
I can expand on the question.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Ivan, yes, and as you will there be a consultation with LRs before the GA something, and you can expand it.
Yeah, yes, optimistic. I mean, a conversation, discussion where you explain to us and talk why, especially where we have two candidates or two cities for GA, like
Explanation on the
why the national board says this, because if you just send an email to the LRs, this is the proposal. Consult yourself, you don't have overview on a national level why this person or that person is better. And I thought we would have it on this email, but it's fine to have it another time, but we're having it, right?
Yes, actually every time before General Assembly, we do have this conversation with the local representatives. So when you receive the proposal by national level, you will have some time to read it, to share it with the section, and we will have a conversation where we can discuss, especially in this case when we have at least four positions that have more than one candidate. So we will have this discussion, and you can also after that share it with your section and to say it. This time we have some time before the GA, so we can prolong a little bit the whole thing with the consultation. So we're good. Once you receive the proposal, we will have the call, and yeah, we will decide.
Okay, I propose to close the speakers list. Any objections? Speakers list is closed. Thank you, Adele, but don't go far because you're up next as well.
No.
Okay, thank you for the presentation as well. Also, personal note, vote for Esther. Moving on. We have... Sorry? Oh yeah, of course, like, that's not a question. Like, of course. Alright, so, European Elections Workshop by Nelly and Adele. Can you please explain what you're going to do?
Okay. For this session, I didn't count that I know. Okay, I'm gonna be quick here. Can I have your attention, please, everyone? I feel like I should have someone in between, so you don't feel like it's just one super big session. It's something different. Okay. I want you to move a little bit.